Okay, this next trick involves persuading people to make the decision you want them to make without them realizing it. So before the trick starts, you write down a random card. Here I wrote down the 8 of diamonds, and you put the card in an envelope. Here I'll put it in the box, and the person doesn't have to know that you're making a prediction before you do the trick. So you just start the trick, and now the 8 of diamonds is on the top of the deck. You tell somebody, okay, we're going to do a little trick now. I have 3 piles. Point to 2 piles. Now remembering the 8 of diamonds is here. If they point to these 2 piles, say, okay, that would leave this pile. If they should point to these 2 piles, say, okay, we'll get rid of this one. If they point to these 2 piles, say, okay, we'll get rid of this one. So let's say we're down to these 2 piles. You say, okay, now we have 2 piles left. Pick a pile. If they choose this pile, they say, okay, that's good, we'll get rid of this one. If they choose this pile, say, we'll take it away. And we're down to this pile. Now, what we can do is we can just like put the 8 of diamonds as the second card so it's not that obvious. We'll move that around, mix these up, mix these up. Now we have 3 more piles. Tell somebody to point to 2 piles. If they point to these 2 piles, say, that eliminates this one. If they point to these 2 piles, say, okay, we'll take them away. So let's say they pointed to these 2 piles and we take this one away. Now we're down to 2 piles, say, pick one. If they pick this pile, say, okay, very good. If they pick this pile, say, okay, that would leave this one, wouldn't it? So either way, we're down here. Now we know the 8 of diamonds is right in the middle. So we say, okay, we have 3 cards left. Point to 2 cards. If they point to these 2 cards, say, okay, we'll take this one away. If they should point to these 2 cards, then we say, okay, then that would leave this one. So let's say they just pointed to these 2, we take this one away. Now we have 2 cards left, and we say, point to 1 card. If they point to this card, we say, well, then that would leave this one. If they point to this card, then we say, okay, we'll take this one away. We managed to get them to choose the 8 of diamonds. We then say to them, well, I knew you were going to pick that card because before the trick I made a prediction, and I just ripped it. But the prediction was the 8 of diamonds. It's really effective in persuading people, and people are pretty amazed by it when they see it if they don't catch on to what you're doing. Give it a try. I'm sure you'll impress people. Thank you. See you next time.